Everybody, what's going on, and welcome to GNR Central. You guys can always go check us out at gnrcentral.com. And today I want to talk about one of the songs that Slash, or the riff that Slash is most embarrassed by of all the songs he's written. And he's written some of the greatest riffs of all time, including songs with Guns N' Roses, Velvet Revolver, and Slash's Snake Pit. And what fans may not know is that he's written riffs and songs that he was embarrassed by. And the most notable one is from his 2010 solo record with Maroon 5 frontman Adam Levine, which is the song Gotten. Now, Slash revealed he didn't have singers in his mind until he wrote the pieces of music and figured out who would fit certain songs. And he said the following in an interview with the LA Times in 2010. He said this bluesy ballad features Maroon 5 frontman Adam Levine, and Slash admitted to the Los Angeles Times that fans may be a bit surprised by some of the people he collaborated with on the album. He said, "I wasn't trying to consciously bridge any generation gaps or try to be eclectic," the guitarist said. "I wrote the music first, and I took the different styles of music that I was writing and farmed it out to singers who I thought might like it or be appropriate for. So for instance, I'd say Adam Levine would sound amazing on this, so while that may be way off the beaten path, I knew that that's what I wanted it to sound like, and I knew it would sound great with him on it." So Slash added, "This was a musical statement for me. I provided music for the singers, and it was an open canvas for them to do what they wanted. Some people we collaborated on the music and did whatever was necessary for that singer to have as much input. In some instances, the arrangement I set the demo in is the way the record came out. They had free reign on the lyrics and the vocal melodies." So he told Q Radio in 2010 the following.
I mean, there's some softer moments. So we talked about Adam Levine, and I'm thinking about that song. It's called Gotten, and it features Maroon 5's Adam Levine. Tell me about why it was important to you to make as eclectic a record as you've decided to make.
Well, it wasn't a conscious decision to make an eclectic record. When I first started working on this, it was just me writing songs without having to answer to a band. So I could get away with like all kinds of stuff that I might not get away with in Velvet Revolver or any other groups that I've been in. So in this particular song was sort of like one of these pieces of music that I wrote that I was actually sort of almost embarrassed to show anybody because it was so soft, you know. But I was really attached to it, and I kept lingering around, and I kept picking up the acoustic and figuring out new parts.
Why would you
for
be
it.
embarrassed?
I don't know. It was just, you know, one of those.
You don't want to be seen as soft?
I have, you know, I'm a hard rock guy, and when I do really sort of sensitive ballady type stuff, you know.
Yeah, well, we've read your book. We know you have a soft side.
What soft side is in my book?
Well, you know, you grew up, with a lot of different difficulties. I mean, you had, you know, there's a sensitive side to Slash.
Yeah, but I don't, you know, I mean, anyway,
you're even uncomfortable talking about it.
Yeah, you're screwing with my head now. But so I had this song, and I'd been dicking around with it for a while, and I finally got to the point where I was like, okay, I'm going to pursue it. And the first guy that I thought of to sing it was Adam. So I'm really going out on a limb here. But, you know, Adam's got a fantastic voice. So I called him up, and I told him what was happening, and he said, you know, send me the song. So I sent it to him, and he called me right back and go, "This is gorgeous, you know, so I want to do this." And I went over to his house, and we worked on it and changed very little from the original sort of arrangement. And that was it. And he came up with this great melody line and these great words, and he came down to the studio and really served up a phenomenal performance, like a stellar vocal from one end to the other, which was really cool to sort of be in the studio and watch him do this and just sing it from, you know, because it's a really high, sensitive falsetto.
It's a really nice song. Yeah. See, I'm not afraid to say that.
Well, there you go.
It's a soft song. It's very nice. In the intro, I mean, it's interesting because this is almost like a crash.
In 2010, he also told iHeartRadio about the song and talked about Adam Levine, saying, "Adam Levine really surprised me because he is so skilled as a vocalist, and he came in and sang a song called Gotten on the record, and it's a one-take perfect vocal. We stopped in between a couple times. We didn't have to fix anything or do any tuning of that kind of stuff, and it was really amazing to watch someone go pull that off for that type of vocal." In addition to recording the song, Slash also performed it live with Adam Levine on Ellen DeGeneres' talk show in 2010, and even released a music video for it about a year and a half later to raise awareness about homeless youth in Los Angeles. So Slash put out a statement around that time in 2012 saying the video, it's for the Los Angeles Youth Network. It's a shelter for homeless kids. And he basically said it's to raise money for them from that song Gotten, the Adam Levine song from the last record. We did a pretty poignant video about that specific situation. And the original version of the song featuring Maroon 5's Adam Levine on vocals, even though he doesn't appear in the video, and appearing on Slash's 2010 debut album, was produced and mixed by Eric Valentine. Now, the new version was remixed at Astound Studios using what's called Generation Audio's unique 3D spatial audio technology, which is based on over 2 decades of research and development into how the brain processes audio information. So the high-quality MP3 of the song was able to be downloaded by fans by making a donation of a minimum of $1 to the Los Angeles Youth Network. So Slash, who recruited various singers from various genres for his 2010 record, said that particular song is not like anything I've ever written before, and I was so attached to it. I was sort of shy about playing it for anybody, and the few people who I did play it for didn't seem particularly impressed with it for some reason. I was really attached to it, so I thought Adam would be the voice for it, but I didn't know the guy. I didn't even know if he would like it. I just always thought that he had this amazing control and power over his voice, and so I sent it to him, and he really liked it, and that's all I needed. We didn't do anything to it except we sat down, and there was one chord that we extended so that the whole arrangement was already together. Now, the video was produced by Slash, and it was written by John Paul Lewis and directed by Clifton Collins Jr., who also worked on the film Traffic and Capote, and who also appeared as the gun dealer in the video. It begins with Slash looking at a poster of a missing girl and flashes back to the abusive circumstances that led to her running away and what she has to do to survive on the streets. Additional drama then unfolds when she returns home. So the cast includes actors who were in Super 8, Secretariat, The Lovely Bones, True Blood, and The Secret Life of an American Teenager. So when the song ends, a statistic appears that an estimated 1.6 to 2.8 million youth are homeless in the United States right now, and over 8,000 youths are living on the streets of Los Angeles. So the Los Angeles Youth Network was founded in 1984, and it was a California nonprofit organization whose mission it was to end homelessness for 12 to 17-year-olds by, of course, providing food, shelter, and counseling for the abused, neglected, and abandoned. And the goals for each child are to successfully complete the permanent transition away from street life to a safe and secure living environment and to fully participate in society. Now, one thing that fans may not think about when Slash is working with, singers who are not necessarily considered rock or in the same kind of sphere that Slash typically associates himself with, is that it can really introduce him to a whole new audience that hasn't heard him before or be familiar with his work. So he gave an interview to Epiphone.com in 2010, and the interviewer said the following to him: "My 15-year-old daughter, who had no idea who you were a couple months ago, was recently asking me about you. Something to the effect of, that guitar player that did the song with Adam Levine? Of course, at her age, she would know who Adam is, but I have now introduced her to your stuff with Guns and Velvet and the new CD. Are you finding a broader audience since working with a wide range of vocalists on the project?" And Slash said, "I'm out on the road and haven't had a lot of time to get direct responses to the album as a whole, outside of the audience at the shows, so that's really hard to know, but I would imagine that it's broadened the audience a little bit." So that does it for today's video, guys. Thanks for watching. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, and how do you like the song from the record, and what are some of your favorite songs off Slash's 2010 album? Put them in the comment section below, and be sure to go check us out at gnrcentral.com for the latest Guns N' Roses news, and be sure to hit the subscribe button. Take care.